Hello and welcome to the Circus Arena in Blackpool for the final day's play at the 21st Mosconi Cup. It's a race to 11, and so far the defending champions Europe are leading the charge and hoping to win again this year to make it 7 wins in the last 8 years. It's a big night for the Americans, looking to overturn a 4-point deficit. Will they fight back? Their new team lineup this year may well have what it takes. They thrive under pressure, and the Mosconi Cup certainly isn't over yet. Before the action resumes, here's a look at what happened last time. The Europeans started the final session leading 9-5 in this race to 11 points. And in the first singles match of the night, a delighted Darren Appleton thrashed Shane van Boening to make it 9 wins in the last 9 meetings with the American. Shane van Boening was left looking very deflated as Team Europe moved to within a point of Mosconi Cup victory. Here's confirmation of the results so far in this final session, and after that victory for Darren Appleton, Europe now lead 10-5 in this race to 11 points. Coming next, Shane van Boening is in action once again against Nikos Ekonomopoulos. If the American wins the game, the tournament will continue. However, if the Greek can beat the American, Team Europe will be crowned Mosconi Cup champions. Phil Yates and Jim White are in the commentary box for this one.
If Nikos does pot the last 9, he will be the MVP. He's sitting on 4 points right now. He's had a brilliant Mosconi Cup, this young man from Greece. And I can tell you that there's 4 players, believe it or not, all tied on 4 points. Niels Fayen, Darren Appleton, Nikos himself as well.
Thank you. First rack, race to 5, alternate break.
There's the man who just won, Appleton. So Nikos wants to close it out right here, Phil Yates.
Well, he's followed Appleton's example. The lag was almost millimetre perfect.
Shane has owned Nikos. He beat him in the finals of the Whirlpool Masters and handily 8-2 there. And I really couldn't see Shane van Boening coming out here and getting beat twice.
Yes, and van Boening also beat Economopoulos to reach the final of the US Open, knocking Economopoulos into 3rd place. One has to say, though, those individual events, all very well, but this is the team environment, and the juices are flowing for the Europeans in a major way.
Just the wrong side of the 3. He won't be able to get quite as close to the 5 as he might ideally like, but no problems whatsoever. And Nikos knows how important it is to keep van Boening in his seat. What a player he is. 3 US Opens in a row. In the modern era, unheard of. But I'd wager that even Shane van Boening will tell you there's nothing like the Mosconi Cup.
Yes, this his 8th appearance in this tournament. He's been on the winning side on a single occasion.
Just a little awkward here. If Nikos is straight and he doesn't have the option of being able to force follow this, he's going to be drawing, and it kind of brings that side pocket into play. So he's just got to be a little careful here. Yeah, he just pinched the pocket on the left-hand side. Great start from Nick the Greek. This is exactly what he and this crowd here in Blackpool wanted. They are waiting to celebrate, and they don't want to have to wait too long.
Welcome back to the Circus Arena in Blackpool for the Mosconi Cup. Team Europe are just 1 point away from victory, and at the table right now it's Nikos Ekonomopoulos versus Shane van Boening, and the European has taken the early lead, 1-0. Let's hand back to your commentators.
We've talked about it so often, even likening Van Boening to Tiger Woods on the golf course. Being a great individual player doesn't always translate into being a great team player. In individual play, he can dominate, builds up a nice rhythm, and one into the side. I don't know whether there's a pocket here for the two. I think Van Boning's body language tells us everything we need to know. And it doesn't look like he can clip this into the side either, Phil. You can see far too dangerous to try and attempt the two into that corner. Well, he was using the 4 to keep the 2 down table. He just didn't find cover at the bottom end.
Yes, and that wasn't overhit fractionally, was it? It was a gross misjudgment, a head-shaking misjudgment.
Extension call.
Needs this to slide past the 9. Just.
I was looking right down the line of that shot. It was going past the 9, then it slightly deviated, maybe on a finger mark or whatever, and just made contact with the 9, but not quite substantially enough to leave it poking out. There, it was past the 9 all night, and it turned just slightly.
Well, he decided to take a waiver on the 9, and he may live to regret that decision, Phil. This 2 goes into the side pocket, draw back, 3 into the corner. This is a big chance for Nikos here.
He's one of those players, he just gets the job done. When you look at him at the table, you've seen scores like him. But he doesn't waver. embraces pressure, doesn't fold under it. Oh, he did not want both balls going in there, wanted to keep the 4 on the table.
You know, this really will have been the story of the 21st Mosconi Cup as far as American hopes are concerned. This is Shane's 7th match in this event, and he's only accounted for 1 point. That in itself speaks volumes. Well, Shane gets let off. Now he has to capitalize. Levels it up, 1 apiece. A vital rack. You know, in Shane's mind, the last place he wants to be is watching his opponent hit the last 9 in the Mosconi Cup. He wants to be able to pass it to Justin Hall and initiate what would be a monumental comeback. And there's how it'll unfold. If Shane van Boening gets his wish, he's got to win this match. Europe on the hill, but it's all singles play. The World 9-ball champion to come next if called upon. And then it'll be Bergman and Appleton, Duel and boys, Mark Gray and John Schmidt. And then if it goes that far, and America hopes it does, Mark Wilson and Johan Rushink will nominate the players to come out and contest this event.
Thank you, rack 3. Europe to break. 1-1.
And we'll be here to the wee hours of the morning.
Down, please.
Somewhat losing the cue ball, Phil, but 1 in the side again, and really the only shot on offer looks to be a bank on the 2. But it looks like Nikos is going to be able to play it with some sort of conviction here. Thump this in. Opposite side. That was the shot. He's had a look at the 7. The 7 next to the 9. It looks like this is going to be available. What a good starter that was.
Playing at the same even, assured pace that Appleton showed in the first match tonight.
You know, it's interesting, Phil, that you note that, because that's one thing that's very consistent with all the Europeans. They all have a very similar style, similar gait around the table, very measured. You just don't see any anxiety in those back arms at all. Well, we're going to see if this 7 is available now. And Nikos hasn't really left himself a ton of angle. He's going to have to punch this in and create a little angle on this 6. Where he's looking tells me that 7 does go.
Extension call.
This is good. That's right where he was looking. Yes, referee Nigel Rees will just take a step in and have a little look-see at this shot. This is going to be a test of cueing.
Not the kind of shot you want at this kind of moment. Cue ball uncomfortably close to the side cushion. Keep the head down. Belief in the technique.
Like chewing on barbed wire. What a shot from Economopoulos there. Into the heart of the pocket. Dagger through Van Boening's heart. Europe 2-1 in front in a match they hope is the last one played here in Blackpool this year. More to come following the break. All the eyes of the pool world firmly focused here at the Tower Circus in Blackpool. It's day 4 of the 21st Mosconi Cup singles play, the order of the day. And we're in a match that Shane van Boening must win to keep American hopes alive. Well, he got a ball off the break, but the happy stories end there. A difficult shot on the 2. And even if he did decide to try and snick this into the left corner, cue ball is going to be running away from the 3. Oh, a bit surprised, Phil. I didn't expect him to take that on because he just wasn't guaranteed position to the 3. Obviously, Shane saw it otherwise.
Well, it's extraordinary, isn't it? Extraordinary shot. Self-imposed strife.
You know, and Phil, you noted earlier on that everything just kind of turns towards the middle, and it looked like that cue ball maybe surprised Shane, the path it took. Well, I think we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. That one might have just turned a bit on him, and now he has to escape this trap. And he didn't.
Shot, ball in hand.
Look at this table. Van Boening back to his chair. Unhappy in the extreme. 3-1 here looming.
Well, I'm wondering whether or not that 4 near the 6, Nikos is having a look at it right now, whether it passes the 6 into the corner pocket. Because that would be the only saving grace. Well, it does go. I was trying to give Shane a little bit to try and build on, but I guess it's just not there. And he's had a look to see if the 7 passes the 9 into the corner, but he will be able to play it into the side. He's just looking at the position he wants to leave on the 6. I don't like the way he played that one, Phil. He's a little straighter than would be ideal.
Only natural, I suppose, for tension to be going into the arm at this precise moment.
Oh, nice recovery. Perfect angle.
Touch of running side, floating it around. A couple of cushions for the 7 into the right-hand middle pocket.
Well, at the outset of the program, I said Economopoulos had never beaten Van Boening. And maybe he heard those words as he was sitting back, waiting for the teams to be introduced, and maybe I lit a fire underneath him, because he has looked terrific. An awkward rack made to look easy. The self-imposed snooker costing Van Boening, but it's Economopoulos 3-1 in front and breaking. Yeah, it's just trying to flick the edge of the 3 here off 2 cushions. And as these players have experienced from day one, this new cloth is really sliding, but Economopoulos, no sympathy cards exchanged. He takes Europe that much closer.
Mark Wilson, his tactics can't be faulted. He had to insert Van Boening early, try to put the Europeans under pressure, but that plan at the moment is backfiring spectacularly.
Settle down then, please. Nice and quiet, please.
Well, a successful break, but he hasn't left himself the easiest of ones.
Yes, and there's a 3-5 cluster around the 9 as well. Not what he wanted.
And I have to throw a little shout out to Nikos out there. Apparently he has actually got a 1-up on Van Boening. It was a couple of years ago in this event at York Hall. So he does know what it's like to keep Van Boening in his chair and come out only to shake hands.
But the gist of what you said, Jim, before was absolutely right. And this win, if he could get it, would be so satisfying.
Oh, what a great shot this is. What a great shot that was. How courageous, and the trust you have to put in your back arm to be able to play a shot like that. Oh, has he left the edge? He has. Close to being a great shot from Nikos, but Shane's got an awful lot of work to do, even from here, 2 to the 3. 3 goes into that bottom right corner, the one that he wants to play the 2, but he's left himself just a little too much angle on this 2. I feel to be able to hold and drop onto the 3 nicely. Tough shot. Now, what about that effort? What a shot from Van Boening there.
Well, that was the excellence we normally expect from him.
Put all his eggs in one basket there, Phil. If he didn't get the can into those colors and drop on the 3, it could have been good night, Irene.
He's not been sharp tonight, Van Boening, but this has been excellent.
A little bit more of what you're used to seeing from the South Dakota kid right here. 3-2. He breaks Ekonomopoulos' serve right there. He needed it. He'll break in the next. Finally poised here in Blackpool.
At the Party Poker Mosconi Cup, Europe 2 racks away from retaining. Darren Appleton got the evening off to a great start for the hosts with a 5-2 win over Shane van Boening. Van Boening back in action now, and he's trailing Nikos Ekonomopoulos 3-2. But Van Boening is breaking in rack number 6.
Didn't hear anything drop. But it looks like Nikos is just going to be pushing out here, Phil. Can't get through to the 1. So now he's got to look for an area to be able to drop that cue ball.
Yes, at one point, for a split second, it was looking rather bleak for Van Boening, and then the 7 ball came to his rescue.
Push out.
Oh, he's challenging Van Boening here with a long straight 1. He knows Shane can't get the cue ball close to the 2, but there is a 2-3 on offer. Well, this will absolutely be a question as to whether or not Van Boening feels comfortable with the stroke or not.
Reset the clock, please. Start the clock.
Got the impression that was one of those instances, Jim, where he was hoping that Van Boening would take it on.
Well, he's left a chance for Shane. His 1 is available. And off 2 cushions, it's going to be tracking down towards the 2.
History repeating itself in the previous rack. Economopoulos attempted a safety, left an edge of the 1 out. Van Boening knocked it in and cleared up.
Beautiful shot from Shane. Like Nikos has given this rack up. Looking at the lay of the land. He's already mentally preparing for his break. And oh, wow. Hold on to your hats. Well, I'll tell you what, Phil, I can throw my eyes away. I've seen it all. I did not expect a miss there. Not from Van Boening.
In match one this evening, with some of Van Boening's mistakes, Jerry Forsyth, our colleague, was shaking his head. Right now, he'll be shaking it so hard, he might give himself a headache. Wow.
Incredible mistake from Van Boening, and we're just not used to seeing that from him at all.
And there'll be no one more shocked than Economopoulos.
Probably just took that one for granted, Phil. That's the only thing I can put it down to. Just careless. Oh, he just clipped that one a little too thick. It wasn't a long ways from being a great shot, but he just didn't get into that cue ball nearly as well as he wanted to.
At that pace, he did not play that as a safety. He played the running side shot to try and float the 8 ball across the bottom cushion. He only just made contact.
Well, Mark Wilson isn't applauding yet. He's got one more big shot he's got to come with. Overcut it. It was a fantastic shot on the 8, but he had to come with an equally good one on the 9.
And you know, with a break to come, this could be the Mosconi Cup right here.
Phil, prophetic words.
And you know, the man from Greece is like the Acropolis. He's on the hill.
Don't hesitate. Believe in yourself. The manpower.
And Van Boening, so much to think about now. Can he put those misses out of his mind? This is the first one, the one that we thought was going to be costly. Well, he got to the table again, a much more difficult look. That one he can be excused for, but that one cost him dearly.
Just what I was thinking, the 6 was unforgivable, wasn't it?
Thank you, rack 7. You're up to break, leading 4 racks to 2.
Nick, if you could ever find a break.
Settle down, please.
Well, he's got a good break. He needs this cue ball to slow down. Is it obeying?
tantalisingly, I think the 4-ball might be blocking. It's marginal, it really is. He was pleading with the white to slow down.
This is close. Nikos has had a couple looks at it. Certainly from that angle, it looks like it's there, Phil. I think it is.
Jim, the dark days of American domination in this competition seem years away. Europe on the brink of winning the Mosconi Cup for the 5th time in succession and for the 7th time in the last 8 occasions.
They have flipped the script. Of that, there is no doubt. He's just got to hold his nerve. 4 shots away from madness here in Blackpool.
And how fitting, as you pointed out, Jim, that the winning 9-ball might well be potted by the MVP, the most valuable player, Nikos Ekonomopoulos. Many thought it might be Shane van Boening. Could not be further from the truth. Mark Wilson has put an awful lot of work into this enterprise with the American team, but it looks like being in vain.
And Johan Rushink, once again, a magician. He seems to read players and their capability better than anybody, and never ever question how he goes about his work. Nikos Ekonomopoulos, bring them all down. The Mosconi Cup stays in Europe for the 7th time in 8 years, 5th in a row. The European celebration, this time in Blackpool.
They're at Pool's top table, and they're on top of the table. Fantastic stuff.
Yes, over to Van Boening. A fitting way, but Shane, keep your head high, as with the American side. They came, they battled. Just too much talent on Team Europe.
So a fantastic result for Team Europe as they seal a one-sided victory. Time now for the presentation of this year's medals and trophy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the runners-up receiving the silver medals, and it goes to Team USA. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winners receiving the coveted gold medals. The wonderful trophy. But most important of all, they retain the title of the 2014 Party Poker Mosconi Cup champions. Ladies and gentlemen, they are Team Europe!
Well, let's have a big round of applause for both sides, for Team Europe and, of course, Team America. Let's have a quick chat with their team captain. A round of applause for Mark Wilson. Commiserations, Skipper, it just wasn't to be your week.
Well, you know, we were outplayed start to finish. My hat's off to Johan and Team Europe. They played great, kept the pressure on us. We never really got on track.
I like what you've done this year. You've completely shaken up the American side and started really from the beginning. A lot of big names missing that we've been so familiar with in this competition. Is that the way forward for Team America?
Well, we want to go younger. We certainly want to bring some guys along. We're looking to the future. And so it starts with attitude and character. We need great players, of course, but this is our future over here.
Okay. Well, commiserations. Thank you for coming along. Let's hear it for Team America, everyone. Boys, there's a trophy that needs lifting. Champions of the Mosconi Cup. It's Team Europe again.
I'd just like to announce that this is Johan's last cup. 7 times in the Mosconi Cup. When he first came on the scene, Europe was like getting battered every year. He's been an amazing coach to the Dutch players. That's where it all started. He's been amazing to every player who has played underneath him for Team Europe, and he just changed things around. He put the plan in place. He gave us confidence, belief that not only we could win the Mosconi Cup, but we could beat the world in World Championships. And he's created world champions like myself, Cowboys, Niels, Mark Gray, Ralph Souquet. He's the most amazing guy I've ever come across in my life, and the best coach ever.
Johan, congratulations. I think there's a tear. Johan, come over here. I know it's going to be quite an emotional night for you, not just now, but for the rest of the night. The boys have got you this as well.
So we've got an award for the most valuable captain of all time. There you go.
Thank you. I'm a bit lost for words. And of course I need to thank my team, because they're the best team in the world at this moment. And I'm a bit lost for my words, but as also I need to thank my family, because without my wife and my kids, I could have never been where I'm now.
There is one other award we have to give out, which, if you don't mind, you can pass on to the most valuable player over the last 4 days. He is a European player. The award is on the table. So if we can pick that up, and it goes to a man who has not won it for the first time, not the second, but the 3rd time in 4 years. He is the Terminator. It's Niels Feijen. Niels, just quickly, one last chat with Niels, and then we'll let the party get started. Congratulations, hey, you've won it again.
Can't believe it. I thought Nikos won it, or Darren, because I didn't even play today. But I think I played pretty consistent in the week. But I mean, like I say, every year we win it as a team. You score points as a team. You lose points as a team. So I cherish it. But this year especially, we all did it. And I just want to say thanks to the crowd once again. And just thanks again to Johan. I mean, I've known him for 20 years. He's a real good friend of mine. I thank a lot of my career to him. And I hate to see him go. I think we might persuade him another couple of years after a couple of beers. But I don't think so. But he's done something for pool in this sport, for this event, that's just unbelievable. And I think we all have really good memories. He's spirited us, inspired us, and we'll carry it with us for a long time. So.
Congratulations. Ladies and gents, let's hear it for the Mosconi Cup winners of 2014. It's Team Europe!
It's been another fantastic event, and congratulations again go to Team Europe, who defend their Mosconi Cup title and have now won 5 years on the spin. Celebrations will certainly continue well into the night. This has been one of the greatest Mosconi Cups. Join us next year when we'll do it all over again.